Elden Ring is an action role-playing game played in a third-person perspective with gameplay focusing on combat and exploration. Now, Elden Ring was developed by From Software and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. The game is directed by Hidetaka Miyazaki and was made in collaboration with the fantasy novelist we all know and love, George R. R. Martin. He provided a lot of material for the game's setting. It was released today, February 25th, 2022, on all major platforms: Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, and pretty much everywhere you can find it. So, Elden Ring takes place in the realm of the lands between. Sometime after the destruction of the titular Elden Rings and the scattering of its shards, the Great Runes, once graced by the ring and the Intree, which symbolizes its presence, the realm is now ruled over by the demigod offspring of Queen Marika, the Eternal, and each possessing a shard of the ring that corrupts and taints them with power. And so you, being the Tarnished, get to run around and free the world. So let's take a look and see if this game's worth your attention. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Radix Prime, aka Rad. Glad you could join us. If this is your first time here, consider hitting subscribe. Maybe hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. All right, so we're going to take a look at Elden Ring, which is supposed to, have its own pedestal in the pantheon of the best video game in history. Even before it came out, people were like going crazy for the network test, and it's supposed to be the next evolution of the Souls genre. So let's take a look at the settings as we normally like to do here. All right, so for the settings, all right, we got auto targeting lock on. Those are good. Camera control, that's nice. Sound and display. Yes, we want blood. Yes, we want subtitles if we even watch the cutscenes. I love it when they let you go through and tweak the volume settings. All right, we do want cross-region play. We want send summoning signs. What is this? Block your summon sign on worlds with adversaries present. I'm going to do it anyway. I don't care. All right. And then we're going to... Well, you can choose whether to launch the game with an online mode or offline mode. Okay, cool. So if you don't want to have the option of being invaded, you can just turn this off. And then this is, take my data. So we know what those are. These are the button settings. The game does support keyboard and mouse, but I highly am against it. I would not advise it. Stick to controller. Be way easier in the long run for most people. All right, so we got, let's see, is there movement? There is. I don't see sprint. I don't know if you can run in this game, but I do see you can jump, so that's kind of cool. And then there's that. No one cares about keyboard and mouse. All right, see, screen mode. So this is the display settings. Good. High resos. Auto detect render settings. That's good. Wait, auto detect best render settings, and then it puts me at high. I bold of this game to assume that I can't run on maximum. All right, advanced settings. Okay, cool. So that gives you an overall. Then you can tweak it here. I'm going to turn off motion blur. Everything else is going to stay on. Yep, everything else will stay on. We hit back, and then it just loops back around. So now we go back, and then we're going to go new game. All right, so we got different. Let's turn on the stats. So start at level 9, 8, 7 for majority of these, except for the Wretch. The Wretch we start at level 1, but the stats are balanced throughout. I think as you level them up, you can make them do whatever you want. Or be whatever you want. So I feel like these characters look... I love this blue color. The warrior? But I don't know if I want to... You know what? Do I want to be a warrior? Or do I want to be a wretch? I kind of want to start at level 1. But I can't... Ooh, the confessor. Shame! Shame! You know what? I think I'm going to be a confessor. All right. I'm going to be a male confessor. I'm going to come here. I'm going to type rad. Body types. Okay, no, it's just the male and female thing again. Or different types of bodies. We're going to do... There we go. No. Age, we're going to put mature. Keepsake, it's going to be... So you have choices. The Crimson Amber Medallion. Now, these are things you can take in for each character to kind of give you a buff or a tweak. The Grace of Shimmering Eyes. Use it to gain many runes. That seems like a cheat. Forced Imp Ashes. Crackpot. Oh, wait, I think I heard about these. The Strange Crackpot that somehow mend themselves. So you could make throwables like grenades, and then the pots themselves always come back and you could craft more. So that might be beneficial in the long run. All right. Oh wait, I did pick a female. And why does he look? Okay, no. We're gonna go back up here. Okay, whew. Man, I was terrified for a split second. All right, let's see if we can make him, let's give him a good voice. I don't like that last one, but all right, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna make him like that. Alter body. Let's see. Chest. If you do the shoulder buttons, you go by 10. So we'll do that. Abdomen. No. Oh, okay. So you can't just. No. All right. So let's. All right. So you can't just make them like have a barrel chest with nothing. All right. What can we do with the arms? There we go. Yeah. We do with the legs. You don't skip leg day. Body hair. Okay, I'll crank that up. All right, and let's see, muscular. Oh, you know what? It looks scary, but I'll buy it for $1. All right, so we're gonna go back, and then we're going to. I want to change his face. Let's look at his face. Just face template. Oh, I like that guy. I like that guy right there. And apparent age, he's 205. That's looks good for 205. All right, so let's see. Facial hair. Ooh, yes, I like that. I like that. And then we're gonna do skin features. We don't want any dark circles, you know, tattoos. Ooh, do we want an eye patch? Oh, that's a scar. Do we want? Oh, you know what? We'll do this like he's been fighting dragons, or what's this? You know what? Let's do this because it kind of reminds me of Vikings, which, by the way, Vikings Valhalla is on Netflix now if you guys are planning to watch that. All right, and we're going to do an eye patch. We're going to, oh, look at this. He's like a blind, oh, yes. A blind confessor. And the eye patch could be red because of all the blood he's had to shed. Look at that. My guy's got a whole backstory already. Just, his head looks incredibly small, but you know what? I like some thick. Skip. We didn't come here for cinematics. We came here for gameplay. All right, so the ring. So new, the ring. All right, so what? Is that a greeting? Is that this one?
Hey!
Oh, he waved. Oh, wait, can I switch? Oh, I can. Okay, so I don't need that one. I want the ring. I think that's a collector's edition thing. And then I want to perform the role. Oh, look at that. Yes. Praise whatever this is. All right, get your sword back out. All right. So if RPGs have taught me anything, it's break the first few things you see because there'll be gold in it. All right, there's no gold, so we're going to move on with that. All right, let's go over here. Tarnished wizard fingers or wizened fingers. These let you actually lead the messages you see here. Like, through the path be broken and uncertain. Claim your place as Elder Lord. All right, so that's good there. Let me do a little bit of praising over here. Use the D-pad to navigate here after you bring the screen up. Now someone's going to see that. Like all these ghosts walking around, someone's going to see me doing it to that statue and they're going to be like, maybe I should do it. And that's simultaneously the beauty and the bane of these games is someone could get you killed because they could be trolling you, or they can be helpful. Open the door, Richard. Look at that. Chapel of Anticipation. This looks so good. And when people tell you, like when you see other people playing, they go, oh, this game looks good. You have to see it for yourself. I know this game is rather expensive. Maybe you can buy it on Steam and then return it if you don't like it. I'm not sure, but the game just looks so good. You have to see it on your own screen. Watching it on YouTube, watching it compressed just doesn't help. All right, so now that I have the finger and I could have left my own message, I'm not. I'm going to see what other people are doing here. Touch the blood. And you want to touch the blood splatters so you can see how people died previously. Problem is they might be behind you when you do it too. Doesn't really tell you where they're at. Let's see. Touch blood stains. Yeah, see, I don't see them. But okay, well, I'm going to take the stairs because I'm no better than to jump off of stuff. Break it. There we go. See, like, what is this person doing? That's the warrior, because he's dual wielding. That's the character I wanted to take. Sound design for this game is really good too. I'm kind of enjoying that. The creakiness of the boards. Oh, this looks dangerous. So I guess most Bloodborne games are Souls-like games, period. You know, Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, they all have this first boss that you fight that you die against. Let's say death or death. Yep, so this is going to be where the boss is. Let's see if there's any tips to help fighting him. Don't give up. Skeleton. So what does that mean? Do I run back here? What's going on? Weak foe ahead. Sure. Let there be Elden Ring. Good luck. Alright, let's go up. Right stick pressing down lets you block onto your character. Block. Oh, block again. Block. Get that swipe in. Don't play with me. I'm not no rookie. I mean, I'm still gonna die, but I'm gonna at least make you bleed a little bit for it. Ow, ooh, I wasn't expecting the, wow, okay. Okay, so of course I didn't die. That was part of that was on purpose. So it has nothing to do with my skill level. The game wants you to die there, so don't come at me. What is this? What is this? Neverending Stories? This is Swamp of Sadness? Is that Artek, the horse? You'll die on here, Artek.
Don't worry, Torrent. Fortune is on his side. We found him here, after all. One of his kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring.
What do you mean, one of my kind?
Even if it does violate the Golden Order.
All right, Flask of Crimson Tears. Now, those flasks actually heal up your health points, and then your fight points or your FP points are from the blue ones. There we go, Flask of Cerulean Tears. All right, so blue is magic, red is health. After quite a lengthy... Where's Dung at? I'm not stepping in any dung right now, am I? After quite a lengthy cutscene. Well, to me it's lengthy because I just want to just eat on stuff. It's a, oh, got my HUD back up. Okay, if you ever lose your HUD, you push that button. Rump ahead. What is a rump? Alright, so we don't care about rumps. We're gonna go... Oh, what is this guy? What is this guy doing over here? Talk to this guy here. Brave Tarnished, take the plunge of learning and remembrance. Recall the arts of war and your warrior blood. Okay, so we could go up there, but he's telling me to take the plunge here. And if RPGs have ever taught me anything, if there's ever a thing I've learned, is you follow dead people's advice. They're trustworthy. They died. Why would they lie? Praise the skeleton. Oh, is there a skeleton? Okay, I thought he was a skeleton. So I don't see anything there. Alright, resting at a site of grace will restore your HP and FP and cleanse any status ailments. It will also refill your sacred flask. However, most of the enemies you defeated will be revived. You can find sites of grace by going where light converges. These explanations are acquired in the form of info items and can be accessed from the inventory at any time. Got it. Got it. This right here, I drank that, but I touched the grace. I didn't need to drink it. I'm just demonstrating. And then, as you see, I did not get... Did I get it back? I don't think I did. Let's try it again. How many did you have in the first place? 3 or 2? Alright, so I drank 1. Touched the grace. Oh, okay, for flasks. Add charges. Okay, so you have use the golden seed to increase. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do any of that. Did I pick up a golden seed? Okay, so it did give me back my thing. What? Why did... I thought the golden seed was what you had to pick up in the beginning. Did I pick up a golden seed? I can't remember. All right, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Jibber jabber. Too much jibber jabber. We're going to get up here. Oh, there we go. R down does the lock on. There you go. Swipey McSwipey that guy before he realizes what's going on. You can memorize sorceries and incantations at sites of grace. You must have a staff equipped to cast sorceries or a sacred seal equipped to cast incantations, encantos. Casting sorceries and encantos consumes FP. I know it's incantations. I'm just being weird. All right, so come back up. Oh, stop turning your back to the enemy. Lock on. See if he's going to hit you. Oh, he did? Bam, look at that. That power reply right there. If you block... Okay, use an armament, which is shield, weapon, something like that, in your left hand or both hands to guard against incoming attacks. Guarding is especially effective when done with a shield. Guarding consumes stamina. If your stamina runs out, your stance will be broken. Got it. This is a guard counter. Boom, look at that guard counter. That thing cleaned house. I like that. You can avoid enemy attacks with a dodge roll or backstab. Both of these actions consume stamina. Alright. Boop. That was a dodge roll. And another dodge roll because I thought he was going to get me. That's a backstep. Let's see if I can effectively... Oh, no, didn't help. I'm faster than you. But there you go. So, backstep, dodge roll. Not going to read any of these messages because people are liars, sir. Alright, so we got a guy up there who's an archer. I ran by him really quickly. Each hand can be equipped with up to 3 armaments, allowing you to toggle between them. Armaments can also be two-handed, making attacks more difficult to repel with shields and boosting effective strength by 50%. Oh, did somebody hit me from behind? I feel like I was... Oh, there he is, the arrow guy. The arrow guy still hit me from behind. That son of a biscuit eater. Alright, let's see if I can bait this guy to attack me. Both have shields, but his is bigger, so he should feel more comfortable with attacking me, right? There we go. Boom. Boom. There you go. Get off me. Give me your shield. Give me your shield. He didn't. Okay. Let's keep going. I'm faster than these guys, so I don't have to guard at all. All right, let's break some stuff to make sure we're not forgetting anything. I like the fidelity of this. Like, just, it looks... Oh, what? It's that same archery guy. All right. I love the way this looks. Controls play a little bit tighter than a regular Souls game. At least that I remember playing. It's been a while. Look at that. So I ran from down there. I still have an arrow sticking out of my chest. That's going to be an issue later, isn't it? Wait, if I take a flask, will that get rid of the arrow in my chest? Yes! Look at that. Oh, look at that. I look hardcore. You will confess before the night is over. All right, armaments have special abilities called skills. Skills are highly varied and range from powerful attacks to temporary effects. Skills consume FPs. So my skill is parry, right? Yeah. My skill is parry. Don't have time to test it here, though. Crouch to make it harder for enemies to discover you, especially effective in tall grass. Attacking an enemy that hasn't noticed you will cause more damage than usual. Dead. Crouching in the tall grass. See that I kind of regret the red bandana now because you can see it. Maybe I'll delete this character and make one that's like green or black. What do you say to do? Likely plump sort, skinny sort required ahead. So apparently I can crouch through there if I'm skinny, but I'm thick. Some attacks may break an enemy's stance, giving you a chance to perform a critical hit. Charge attacks and jump attacks make it particularly easy to break an enemy's stance. All right, let's do it. Broke that stance, baby. Take that soul, baby. You've been blessed. So I gotta confess, I remember you've been blessed. Upon dying, you will be revived at the last site of grace that you visited. However, if there's a stake of Marika near where you died, you can choose to be revived there instead. Okay, so that means a boss is coming by because there's no reason for that statue. Yep, there's the gold mist. Let's go through here. Traverse the mist. Let's see if we can make this guy regret. Let's run over here. Jump up here. Turn. You can perform a counterattack immediately after blocking an enemy. Guard counters make it easy to break a stance. Got it. Boom, block. Boom. We're going to do guard blocks. Boom, again. You can only do so much because we're being held staggered and held fast on the wall. I already had this plan as soon as I saw the wall and the hole on there. Look at that. Look at that. That's that old school. That's that old school Souls like Bloodborne, Dark Souls, Demon Souls gameplay, bite. Alright, so there's nothing in here really to get. Unless I want to see how other people died. I love the fidelity of the graphics. I mean, look at this. This looks amazing. You really, I think I was saying this earlier, you really got to see this for yourself on your own screen. So you can truly appreciate it. Look at this. Look at this. He is covered in blood. It's, you know, he's covered in the righteous confession. Look up here, touch. Nope, we don't want that. We want. All right, so I got a new emote. That's cool. I'm gonna drop down here. All right, so that was where the dead spirit told us to go, over there. So now I think we go through these doors. All right, that was, I win. I beat the game. All right, touch Grace. You can spawn here. Lost Grace discovered. Can't get through there. There's something over here, obviously, to pick up, so I'm going to touch it. All right, used tarnished furrowed finger to write a gold summon sign. Cooperative multiplayer will begin once you have been summoned by a player from another world. You will take the role of an ally, furrowed finger, and your objective is to defeat the area boss. The compass at the top of the screen will indicate the direction of the summoner. Okay, cool. So now I have a way to summon someone and write two messages. A regular one to warn people and save retarded stuff, and another one to where I can summon people to my realm. Joy required ahead. So you got to jump. You got to jump ahead. So here we go. There we go. All right, so I guess we're coming through here. I'm pretty sure you're going to come back to this place because it looks like I'm about to leave. Limgrave. All right, so we hit the open world portion. So that's what's important about this game. Why should you play Elden Ring? Because Elden Ring is an open world game now. Not like Assassin's Creed, but more like its own thing, sort of a blend or mixture. You have a living world with tons of backstory. You know, George R.R. Martin wrote some of the backstory. And if you have to fight a boss, like I've seen that first boss over there walking just over my shoulder on the YouTubes, and if you're not strong enough to beat him, you don't have to fight him. You can literally wander around and kill lesser things and then go for that boss. Unlike the original Souls games where you had to basically fight the bosses in like a set pattern because it was pretty much a one-way interconnected track sort of thing. This one, you can go anywhere you want. Open world. All right, touch Grace. Grace exists to guide the tarnished and lead them along the proper path. Even now, some sites of Grace retain that power. Their golden rays will guide you along their way. All right, use your map to check your current position as well as the terrain and surrounding structures. You can update your map with new information by finding map fragments and steles along the road. You can also use the map to freely place beacons of light to serve as landmarks when you explore. Okay, so I also like the whole map situation too. All right, close that because this, what is that? I don't know what that is. That's creepy, but the map here, you put these markers, you fill out this map. It doesn't just throw a bunch of things on the screen. It'll open up zones that you've gone to, like I did the stranded graveyard and the cave of knowledge, and now I'm on the first step. So as you find these areas, it'll do that for you. But you put everything else on here yourself by placing markers down. So the map is what you make it. And I think the map is actually bigger than this. I think as you discover zones, this will spread out. And then there's some, so the first Grace is telling me to go in that direction. Thinking up there on that cliff top. Well, let's talk to this guy. Let's talk to this knucklehead.
Oh, yes. Tarnished, are we? Come to the lands between for the Elden Ring? Of course you have. No shame in it. Unfortunately for you, however, you are maidenless, without guidance, without the strength of runes, and without an invitation to the Round Table Hold. You are fated, it seems, to die in obscurity.
I don't want that guy. I don't know why we talk to that guy. All right, so let's go here. What is this? In each area, you may find effigies of martyrs. These effigies are summoning pools. You'll find it easy to summon other players at these locations as co-op and hostile summoning signs created with small effigies gather at summoning pools. Okay, so you can't summon just anywhere. You have to summon close to these stupid things. And I'm pretty sure since I'm a few days late from this game, that there's no one close by to help me fight. So what we're going to do is we're going to pass that first boss by. Let's go kill these little, what are these, sheep? I don't like sheep. Sheep are evil. Look how that looks. That just looks so good. There we go. Sheep is dead. Pillaged corpse. I got bones. Oh, and I forgot. You can actually craft in this game. You can take those bones. I saw on YouTube video you can get these. Yep, these are berries. And you could craft things with them. So let's kill this. Is it a sheep? I don't know what it is. But whatever it is, it's bones now. Or not. Did he even give me bones that time? Ah, this thing is stingy. Alright, then we got the row of... Oh, I think I got his attention. Why is he looking at me? No. 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 Don't come at me, bro. Can I just run? Ah, there we go. Now he's all pissed off at me. For what reason? He's Swiper McSwipey. Well, I mean, there you go. That's a Souls-like game. You're gonna die at some point. So I probably could have invested. I have to go back and get those. You know what? We're gonna do a quick run back to get my lost. There we go. My lost grace. That takes the spot of the blood points because the grace is how you actually level up. Okay, you will drop any runes in your possession, and if you die again before getting it, you lose those things altogether. So you're basically your XP is dropped. You can look at the compass to see where it is. I see where mine is. It's right there. Fall damage is not very significant in this game. So why did he get me so close to the thing here? All right, so boom. There, I got my stuff back. And let's go back up here to where it's safe. After we grab that, look at that. Yay. Got this. Yay. And jumping's the first time in this series too. Oh, didn't mean to do that. I meant to actually rest. All right, so let's see. Memorize spell. Can I do spells? All right, with the memorize spell menu, you can memorize sorceries and incantations. You must have a staff equipped to cast sorceries or a sacred seal equipped to cast incantations. Casting sorceries and incantations consume FP. Your memory slots determine the number of sorceries and incantations you can memorize. I don't think I have any. Oh, there we go. I like urgent heal. There's a memorize spell. Memorize urgent heal. Yep, so those are all I got. And then I don't have any weapons. Let's do Nightfall. Now, this game also, all the games have had a daytime, nighttime mechanic. So let's see what happens when we're here at Nightfall. Maybe that ghost is like scared of the dark. Or not the ghost, but the horse rider is off duty. And nope, there he is. Why is he still here? This place looks great at night. Look at this. Look at that. So what we did was we passed the time, fast forward until it got to be... Oh, there he is. There he is. Let's get my stuff ready. What is this? Somebody's head? Oh, somebody else is over there fighting too. You know what? We're going to run. We're going to run up here. Dodge this way. Ouch. Ouch. Not dodge like that. Oh, it was one-shotted. I was one-shotted by the guy at nighttime. It looks so evil. Jibber jabber so much while we're playing it. But that's my, first impressions. Let's play type of Elden Ring. I really like the game. There's tons of different reasons I think you should give it a try. But I think I may leave that as a separate video. Because, you know, you don't want to mess with the YouTube algorithm by putting too much into one video unless it's, you know, you're famous already, which I'm not. And speaking of not being famous, if you don't mind, if you find the content entertaining at all, or at least helpful, go ahead and hit that subscribe, hit that like button, maybe ring that bell, you know, and if not, please come again. Doesn't matter. I still like seeing you guys come in and let me know down in the comment section below whether it's good, whether it's bad, and that's what I'm here for. All right, guys, catch you later.